Yeah, because I ain't know who lied or who told you who would survive in America or something like that. Time out is kill Cito, the spirit coach, and I'm getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. You're not drinking the wine of Zeus. Yeah, more access always wins. So believe that, remember that. Don't let them think, don't let them think y'all that ain't the truth. You know, yeah, just how the richer get richer, the poor get poorer, and stuff like that. When the poor start smelling their ass, and this ain't even talking about people that's broke physically, you know what I'm saying? But this may be, you may be poor minded, you know what I'm saying? But when the poor, they start smelling their ass a little bit, and stop understanding and what the world told you it was about. And so that's why they got these spells where they overhype y'all egos a little bit too much and stuff like that. And y'all maybe be banking that on that emotional fuel to validate what you is instead of like getting to it, you know. And you may miss the point in that sense. But these are the things, the times, you know. And this is a little bit of the spell that you might notice going through your motherfucking travels right now. You know what I'm saying? Where you may feel like, you know, some type of spirit that motherfuckers is trying to throw on you and shit like that. And that spirit may come from a space where, you know, um, you know, so that state of being may come from a motherfucking spirit or a space that you may be in emotionally and stuff like that because you're being watched. And depending on how you react to, these certain vibrations and, what they presenting and shit like that, this is how they trying to judge and chop up your character to be, you know what I'm saying? So this is like very early forms of shaping character, but from an esoteric level, learning how to conduct y'all and how y'all plan yourselves and plan out your energy here and your character and shit like that. But for the most part, there's a energy going on, you know what I'm saying? More access always wins right now. You know what I'm saying? So whether now the most subtle way I can point to it that you may be seeing that bit, it may be utilized as, you know what I'm saying? There's like a clout over over authenticity type of battle right now. In a way, you know what I'm saying? So there may be like times and shit like that where, you know what I'm saying, for this time in the period of your situation right now, you know, you may feel that, you know, you may feel that resistance anytime if you a spirit in the space with more or less than, you know what I'm saying, you may be getting told that your creativity ain't shit, but you may actually feel like your creativity is something, you know what I'm saying? So right now, it's a battle against the creativity versus clout vibe and whatever. Now, none of this is wrong, none of this is right, but you know what I'm saying? Essentially, that's what's happening. So we always see it down to the thing like Kendrick Lamar, where people are hard Drake fans, and people going to bat for Drake, and then people are hard Kendrick fans and going to bat for him. You know what I'm saying? And really, at the end of the day, it is difference of opinion. But I ain't human. I'm Zeus. So when I see things that come up, in my life that I want to point out and stuff, that's what I'm gonna point out as access to. You know what I'm saying? To kind of help, people that's into things, that in other types of like worldly observations that may not be uh, that may not have nobody to maybe share these things with, but yet these are all things that people can be aware of in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So when we talking about more access always wins and stuff like that, that's what's going on out here right now in these streets. More access always wins. So you can see, we can even see this with the hypergamy thing. You know what I'm saying? Men in positions with more money and them having more access, to certain things, and why a woman may choose that went male. But then you may see them fail horribly at, you know what I'm saying, um, as people. But, a ton of women, make excuses for these individuals because may what their access. So that it may be like one of the things that, that you can start noticing in culture right now, and things where it's like the hypergamous thing, aka more access always win. So what they try to do with the not like us, you know, um, and I'm just using this for association because, like I said, it's just more than just Kendrick Lamar, but it can be chalked up to, what I'm saying, how they may be trying to steer society and stuff like that. So it's kind of like trying to utilize this as a way to shit on creativity in some way, shape, or form. But this is where people may get confused because a lot of these things were created by people that took that access and did something with it. So a lot of their access already may be these things. Um, what I'm saying, a lot of the praise to whatever they had access to may be the way that these people see this as creative. You get what I'm saying? So having access is creative in a sense because for the most part, you get to have more time for you and your individuality. You know what I'm saying? So like having being able to do more of you, you know what I'm saying, and have more of your individuality, that in and of itself is going to breed a certain character. So that's just like a person that grew up in a situation, you know what I'm saying, with more foundation, they may have more access to, finding themselves through relationships through this, other than someone that grew up in bumfuck, you know what I'm saying, with a negative background or something like that. They might not even find themselves. They might find out how to cope with themselves throughout that situation or that circumstance, but it may not be the access that they need, you know what I'm saying, to actually flourish in life and shit like that. And then that's when you get to how you building your characters and how you building it, um, um, and what you building it off of. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's another thing to think about and remember too. As far as the access right now, you know what I'm saying. That's what's being praised. You know what I'm saying. With currently and stuff like that. So the whole thing is to you know boost, create a fight between people that have access. So I guess rich and poor, hypergamous, um, brokies, rich bitches, basic bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. It's like creating this, and really, it's a battle of trying to get y'all to see that it's better to have more access to shit so that y'all can be uh, puppets in their race, whether it's business, entertainment, religion, politics, and education, and stuff like that. And they're just trying to get everybody to agree with that terminology, or with that mindset, or with that thought of having access. Now, that ain't necessarily wrong. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to have access. You know, every spirit is rich infinitely. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about, you know, It's just knowing how to maybe transact that access, because you even got to watch words on, like, in certain characters they try to put you in, even based upon talking about, certain context. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a motherfucking energy. Um, Everything is motherfucking energy and how they do shit. But you know what I'm saying? So um, they're trying to put, people like the average individual in the they not like us spirit. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar. There's not nothing towards him. Everybody get utilized by the energies and shit. If you up under a government, you gonna get utilized in the way they want you to. But everybody kind of get put in a it's like this creativity versus access fight right now. You know what I'm saying? So the people that's creative and that ain't did shit for nothing, that came from nothing, or put it in that context right now, this is how they warm with that spirit right now. So they making them lit too, you know what I'm saying? But because it's the way they're lit, they're indoctrinated in so many ways of gaining real power and access in the world based upon doing things God's way. You know what I'm saying? Where you bringing down some new knowledge or some, some new way to change, teach the world different things, like, what I'm saying, shit, astrology, or trying to do things in a real way, or put things in the world in a real way. You know what I'm saying? What you could be facing. That's what you could be facing at the moment right now. But they're trying to boost that energy up of itself. You know what I'm saying? As far as like having your own, or coming from the bottom and doing shit from nothing. They're trying to boost that energy up, but trying to boost it up in a way where it's narkish almost. You know what I'm saying? Because you have came from the bottom, but you have access some things in some ways. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ascender. I appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying? Because you have he said kicking real shit. Yeah, that's what we do. We kick real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. So, I be in the world, but I might not talk about the things that the average individual may talk about in the world. You know what I'm saying? I may talk about, things that really pertain to, you know what I'm saying, the mind and shit, because I'm Zeus, getting you in shape and form. But yeah, and shit like that. So when I say shape and form, you know what I'm saying, you can shape and formulate your mind the right way and shit like that through astrology, age of Aquarius, communication, thinking, utilizing intellect and shit. And the wine of Zeus is, you know what I'm saying, the vibes behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that you you thought they was talking about in when Ganymede poured the wine of the gods in motherfucking what is that, what the fuck they call that shit, Greek philosophy. You thought they were talking about real wine and shit. No, they talking about shit, allegories and shit. You know what I'm saying? Allegories to how the mind and how it was receiving information, how spirits was doing that back then and shit like that. But because we all spirits and we don't really die, we just transform, we keep information and shit like that based upon our travels, expansion and contraction, making that bigger. And now we here today, you know what I'm saying, doing the same shit we was doing in different ways. So if you here now up under a concept, you know what I'm saying, up under a government, you was here back then, you know what I'm saying. Now depending on, you was like this back then, you know what I'm saying, you may just done it a different way, but now you're here doing it this way because you gain more knowledge of, your experiences and how you got to hold on, and how you got to be a part of things this way. But you know what I'm saying? So really don't even be psyched up by anything right now. Everything everything with more access is going to win at the moment right now. You know what I'm saying? By default, because it has more access and shit like that. But what they're gonna try to get you to do is put you in the poor man's spirit, or the I don't want to keep throwing Kendrick under the bus because I don't know him, but it's literally that energy. It's the they not like us energy where you came from the bottom and shit like that, and you just happy to be there. So you happy and you got a little bit, and then you fighting against a person with more access. You know what I'm saying? Where their background, they probably didn't have to deal with you, so they trying to make either side look negative. But really, none of that matters in totality. You know what I'm saying? What really matters is that the person that grew up with um, more access, you know what I'm saying? That's for a reason, and their background is for a reason. If you would look into that and why that's like that and start talking about that or having more intelligent ways to go about that, then you may, you know what I'm saying, be able to affect effectively others in a way where, you know what I'm saying, they break out of them chains of feeling like they got to do it in a way that you're doing it, where you just saying they not like you and shit like that, but you know what I'm saying, you ain't shit either. So it's just like fighting for nothingness and stuff like that. And they got everybody in that spell right now when it comes to, you know, you know, this shit. So it's the good versus it's the, who got more access right now versus who got more creativity. You know what I'm saying? So the person right now with more, you might as well let that go. The person right now with more access, you gonna win. They gonna win. Cause it ain't about them having more access. It's about you getting your ass together, get your ass in shape and form, and assessing and accessing what you need to do, what you got, and shit like that. Oh God. Woo! Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost now. I'm gonna go to motherfucking church in this bitch. You know, yeah, so you might have access and shit like that too that you just need to go ahead and push the button on and block out all the distraction. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, everything is a distraction right now and stuff like that. And everybody gonna want what somebody else want right now. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that too. Everybody gonna want what everybody gonna want what somebody else want right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But you know, essentially this is them trying to play puppet master in some way. You know what I'm saying? They're trying with the Drake shit, but Kendrick is doing a good job of also rocking the people to sleep and shit too. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't really about that and shit. It's about at the end of the day who got more access, and the record labels do. You feel me? So it ain't even really about the battle, you know. But yeah, so that's just the energy that it's gonna be in and stuff like that. So when you don't get your mind on no polar shift of anything right now. You know what I'm saying? You want to motherfucking stay centered. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucking, negotiate as you go and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's the motherfucking truth right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? More access always win. So they trying to hype the people up with less access to feel better about themselves. But that light that they're creating for y'all, it's just to feel better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just to feel better. In your real life, you actually gotta be what you talking about. You actually gotta be, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You actually gotta look in the mirror. You actually gotta, that type shit. And if you ain't that, then right now you may be trying to find that in somebody else, or looking at somebody else like, why ain't nothing or nothing like that, or you know what I'm saying? And then once you get in that space where you reflecting on that, you know what to do and what not to do. You know where to waste your time, where is your time more productive, where your time more beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, what you could be doing with this, that, and the third. You feel me? Out here, you know, out here really putting yourself in this space where you're anchoring yourself in reality. And God love that energy because God love actually coming down here. And if you're not actually coming down here and shit like that, you may think you on earth and stuff like that, but your mind is in a place where a whole bunch of other spirits is at in La La Land and stuff. So, you know, this is what we got going on with this energy too right now. You know, so the moon motherfucking too, you know what I'm saying, it's in Virgo right now as well. So we want to feel secure, you know, with our emotions right now. You know, right now, right now. Hell yeah, man. But yeah, I'm just looking, you know, because I be with people and shit. Like, I be with real people in real life. So, you know, I'm seeing like, okay, you know, it ain't that people don't be needing you or nothing like that. It's just be like people be, you know, in their own version of life. You know what I'm saying? Or in their own version of how they see shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but y'all gotta be careful because some of these things be crafted. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things be crafted for how y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? It get deep with humans. It get deep with humans and how y'all think. You know, but yeah. So that's the energy that they trying to put y'all in. They trying to hype the person with less access up right now to feel validated, you know what I'm saying, all the way to the women and shit like that, you know, are asking of too much, you know what I'm saying, from a logical standpoint that other women can look at it and be like, all right, bitch, you retarded, you know what I'm saying? But they trying to do that, you know what I'm saying? And then they got the men in some situation where, you know, so it's like a fight against the rich and the poor right now in the spirit realm, but poor minded though. You know what I'm saying? Before it get to the physical. You know what I'm saying? So if you got poor comprehension and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, you may land yourself in some of these situations and spells that they kind of practicing right now. So, you know, this essentially shadow work and stuff like that. So y'all motherfuckers can understand, you know what I'm saying, why y'all may be experiencing these energies. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody goes, what's up to the cyclers? Shout out to my cyclers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we going through these cycles and shit like that. I got a website app called Cycles, but that's PSY, and then CYCLE. You know, because we dealing with the psyche cycles. You feel me? The psyche cycles. You know what I'm saying? So that's the daily transit. And today is motherfucking what's today? Tuesday? I don't know. What is no Wednesday. Yeah, so you know, so what you can utilize as your authority, you know what I'm saying, to know how you traveling and shit like that is that, you know, it's gonna be communication and shit like that. A lot of communication, you know, a lot of motherfucking want to be seen for your thoughts and communication, want to be entertained for your thinking. What's good, Schwessel? You know, Mercury energy. So we got Mercury and Leo right now and shit like that. You feel me? But yeah. So as a man, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to know. Since more access is winning right now, you know, you just want to put yourself in this situation where, you know, whatever you're accessing and stuff is needed and stuff. Don't be trying to think about too much of um, why, like from no jealous point, like why they got more than me. You don't want to be in that mind state right now, because especially once that shit start accumulating and bending in and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, you may run bridge to Terabithia in this bitch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it ain't the rich man is bad. It ain't the poor man is bad either. It's just whatever naturally as a spirit, when a spirit sees a spirit that has more access to do, or if they feel like another spirit is getting away with something that they're not, you know what I'm saying, that already is going to create the hormone, you know what I'm saying, of you seeing that you're not in that space and your desire. So it's going, so it can create too much jealousy or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, you know what I'm saying, right now uh Mercury is a motherfucking Mercury is a motherfucking yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, so Mercury is a motherfucking Leo. That's what I'm saying. So everybody want to be flex their communication and flex how they think and shit like that, and flex their thought over another. You know what I'm saying? And be seen for their thought and their savior as well. Swessa said, yeah, if you really on game, you can have all the same shit without it having it all at the same time. Right. Right, exactly. Yeah, you got to kind of know how to keep that equilibrium and shit like that, because a little bit of that is 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 creativity, and a little bit of that is accessing that creativity. So that's why it's also, I mean, actually showing that creativity. So that's why it's also good to flex your idea right now too, because and be creative and be creatively on the go and just kind of create, for the sake of creating and create for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Creating from your heart right now, that can be beneficial to motherfuckers as well. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and that way you can kind of be in that little equilibrium space and shit. That's kind of having the solar plexus and shit sit right above the seventh house and the sixth house and shit like that. So it's like your little juice blender and shit, your little stomach juice blender. You know what I'm saying? Your blends of all the color, your will. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to will your motherfucking Kool-Aid mixer and motherfucking that type shit. Only spiritual kind of people kind of know what I'm talking about right now. So if you ain't spiritual and shit like that, it may sound like I'm not saying nothing. But yeah, um, you feel me? So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they trying to get everybody, some don't get too delusional out and shit, like think they not like us for real. No, just be what that mean because you from the hood or some shit like that. You ain't got no motherfucking access. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like two of y'all got access or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like motherfuckers got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch that. You feel me? You gotta watch that. Like, don't get too narky. You know what I'm saying? But get a little juiced up, but use that for something. Use that for something productive and stuff like that, so you can kind of be seen as, somebody that is having access. So once that energy dry out and shit like that, and whatever they gonna transmute it to, you're not stuck into that spell and that mind. You feel me? And we still in Cancer season too. So it ain't really. It's really time to get your family in order. And I ain't even talking about your actual family members. I'm talking about the motherfucking people that be living inside you. You know what I'm saying? Get their ass in order. Get your bitch up off the couch. You know what I'm saying? Tell your little boy to go clean that room. You know what I'm saying? Help grandma out and stuff. All type of shit. That type of time. You know what I'm saying? Cancer season. Do little things more familiar and shit like that, because the internet, is kind of putting us in a position where we is networking. So it's good for certain purposes, but like when it comes to building trust and building connection with individuals, it's harder because people don't have family connections. People don't know each other's families, and so it don't matter when you can meet an individual out into the world or something like that, and you know what I'm saying, and if y'all ain't doing nothing to that can really help each other's families, then you may build a false connection on the close connectivity of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, having associates and shit like that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Having relationships like that, that's cool and stuff. But because spirituality is very personal,
order the pizza.
I'm on the phone right now. I'll order you pizza later. Okay. Oh, tell her to do it. She got it on her phone. Tell her to do it. Tell her to use my card. What is that? This man is wild in here. But yeah, so when it come into because spirituality and things of this nature is a little bit more personal and connectivity, you may want to have that connection with an individual that you may see online and shit like that, but it still don't got that tie of like, unless y'all put in the work and that shit work. No work come easy. You get what I'm saying? No work with no relationship. At the end of the day, every motherfucker, a person that got, real feelings and deal with real shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be, oh, we just coming together and we in La La Land or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you don't really want to entertain that. But you can keep it business and you can keep it cool and shit like that and conductive until there is some type of way we can start networking and shit better and shit like that, and it's happening and shit like that, so God, doing wonders with us and shit, what I'm saying, with all the spiritual people, the real spirits and shit like that. I be seeing it every day and stuff. So never never doubt what you gonna make is, happens what you gonna make happen. Y'all like my new hat? Y'all, I've been wearing this hat and shit like that. I got it from my little gig and shit. I was saying, got it from the little gig. I just spoke about this last night. It ain't time to just hang out. What the fuck we doing there with it? Yeah, right. So, time, right. Time is money and shit like that now. And they all got people competing and stuff like that. They bringing new people over here and shit like that. Like, shout out to all the new people and shit, the little Venezuelans and shit. They bringing their ass over here too. So they putting y'all in competition. All y'all humans, they put y'all in competition. Eat, fucking, and sleeping competition. Who can eat, fucking, and sleep the best and stuff. And you know, you don't want to get into no religious thing where you're kind of like hanging on something to come and save you, because ain't nothing gonna come and save you. So some of the things, the best thing to do is to get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be put yourself in a space where you're an individual where you're needed, and your only need is that you're needed to get yourself together to do something. You know what I'm saying? You want to be needed for what you actually produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, AKA, actually you having, the things that you want to do that. That's what you want to be needed for, like your creativity. So, all in a sense, so that everything can be a motherfucking rolling in this bitch and shit like that. And you know, but it's just they just wilding with the feminization. They feminizing the man and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying they feminizing the man, like, you know what I'm saying, but they're promoting that intentionally. Let me not say that, because motherfuckers gonna do what they gonna do anyway. But they're promoting it for sure, so it's being utilized. You know what I'm saying? It's being utilized for a statement and shit. You know what I'm saying? AKA where they're trying to steer society. They magic wand, what they point to, what they promote, what they use, they motherfucking magic tool. What is the sun? The sun is attention. So we just do that energy esoterically, as above, so below. So, you know what I'm saying? The more we can get something attention, you know what I'm saying? That we can be seen as creative for that, or seen like we something that everybody want to get up and inspire to be. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So that's how y'all do with the sun. For sure. Shout out Swessel. That's how y'all do with the sun and shit like that. And that's how the fuck you know what I'm saying? They doing, pointing to the shit that they want y'all to run to and feel like it's okay and justifiable. So But we gotta understand this ain't no God or nothing. That shit just happening. These are people behind these things, spirits, bodies, teams, and shit like that behind these things. And they're doing this because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't know this knowledge. They don't know. They can't teach this knowledge. They can't get on stage. They can't get on YouTube, be from the hood, and teach somebody like an average individual where your mind go, the how it manifests and how it play out, how it's connected to the sun, how it's connected to you, your astrology, how it's connected to the days of the week, how it's connected. You know what I'm saying? How you can actually see that, and but it, but it don't make no sense. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But they're in some position of power. You know what I'm saying? They can't make that make sense to the average individual. You have yet to see any channel that ain't associated with somebody I didn't point it to or shout it out do that. Nobody can make astrology make sense like that. Nobody can make, they have yet to do that. Nobody can make somebody feel safe in this space. For real. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel like it's something down here that could be possible in new ways and stuff, and taught and added onto the world that where, you know, it can be beneficial for the health and the minds of individuals. No corporation that ain't with my logo or somebody I didn't point it to logo ain't did that yet. You feel me? So this lets you know that we all creating how we see life together. They just got more percentage of the sun, you know what I'm saying, based upon what y'all pay attention to and what most of the human society and how they learn to create a bunch of puppets to agree with this for the sake of them not having, them being born up under a concept or them having like insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to feel like outcast. So if somebody gonna outcast you because of an opinion or something you say, or you gonna look like the person that has less of the access right now, boom, then that's when you may side with the people with more of the access. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of your natural state. We all close. We all have the potential to have access. Let's just say that. I'm not saying everybody supposed to have access, but we all have the potential to have access. So every spirit, that's going to speak to every spirit that feel that. You know what I'm saying? Every spirit that get in that space going to feel like, okay, if someone else is accessing it, why can I? Right? But when you rocked up under a sleep into concepts and shit like that, into concepts and indoctrination, you got to kind of make yourself feel good in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Already by natural default. So what you may make yourself feel good with is maybe validations that your mother told you, that your grandma told you. You were just the best child. You got the most beautiful smile, child. You got the most angel's voice. You could, oh, you know what I'm saying? And we may take that and go out into the world, right? And put that into practice and then let that play out certain different ways until we receive and until we go into the world and we see, okay, that don't really work. We don't not getting the same reciprocation that we thought we was gonna get and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so that's when you have to boost yourself up in other ways because no spirit gonna want to feel weak. And I don't care what position you put them in. You know what I'm saying? No spirit gonna want to feel weak at the end of the day, or like nothing because that's where we came from. We all came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about the nothing like maybe you may have in your mind as the average individual, but I'm talking about like, no thing. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is no thing and shit. So, um, and it's just multiple spaces and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing is no spirit gonna want to feel like that. So a spirit gonna develop other ways to validate themselves and shit like that, and that could become successful in ways depending on how they want to use that. They want to use that mind frame. They want to use that um, storyline and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Once you still getting used, you're gonna realize more access always wins. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line, Chiquito. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. What you need to understand out here. More access always wins and stuff like that. Well, in the world, let me just say that. In the world, it always wins. And so that's just the state. You feel me? That's just the state. So don't get mad at anything that fall through right now and shit like that. It could be just a attempt to psych you up because like these is the spirits that they sending out here. This is what they got us all participating in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, by them pointing a magic wand, aka making us pay attention to their original thought and feeling or how they wanted to craft that, us creating many thoughts and feelings around that, hormones, giving that life, giving that energy, then we all play that amongst each other, out on each other and see who can do the best because we always going to replicate a lot of this shit with the most attention. That's just what humans is going to do. And I ain't motherfucking human. So you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, motherfucking more access always wins and shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. Drake might have won. Drake might have won. Drake won. I'm gonna say that Drake won. You feel me? You feel me? It ain't about creativity if that creativity is not applied in things. You feel me? That's like, to put it in this perspective, right? That's like, say you got a family, right? Of boxers, right? A family of boxers. Let's say you the man, you 300 mil in, right? You got like 5 sons. They doing 50 mil a year, helping you with your company or something like that. Let's say one rinky dink person from the hood and his boxing team or something like that, they get popping or something, right? Because they got one fighter. Let's say you knock one of your sons out or something like that. That's great, right? You may win some money, but who's gonna be more stronger competitor? Who's gonna be the more stronger at the end of the day? Gonna be the person that has more access, and I'm not just talking about in the boxing ring. I'm talking about in the fashions of life. You know what I'm saying? Now the person that you let your son get knocked out by his manager or whatever, that's who you actually competing with. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm putting y'all in the mind of the record owners and stuff like that, other people. You know what I'm saying? But also don't take this as tiny as like like a, well, let me not say tiny, but a spacek, because I'll be looking at things from a spiritual standpoint. So when I be traveling and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, through communication, I may say words and stuff like that, but I'll be having to come back down in a human form and shit like that. Be like, oh, I forgot where I was at. But so yeah, so when you be looking at things from a space of it being in a space where it's like tiny, or basic, um, I forgot my point. I forgot my motherfucking point. But yeah, but story is that man and shit like that. You know, he might got you one good time and stuff like that. But truth is, you know, that fight was only 2 mil. You 300 mil up, and you know, he got to hustle some more to really put a stain on you and stuff like that. So you can go to sleep better feeling at night, and they gotta go home thinking about how they gotta do that again in some way. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that, you know, and that automatically is a win and stuff like that based upon how humans look at shit. And um yeah, right, how humans look, because really it's really about what humans want access to. So if they want more access to things, and these could be things that destroy them, they don't even know, but it's marketed to them, so it may look good or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they can want access to, certain shit too, that they may, that may be a fucking disaster to them. You know, so it's all about marketing, how you put things together, such and
Daddy,
such.
text mommy.
Tell her I said yeah. Tell her I said use my card. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just texted. I'm lying. I ain't text. But yeah. So it's just a natural energy behind having more access and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now this ain't for no spirit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no for no spirit to get in no space of damning itself. You know what I'm saying? For having less access and shit like that. The whole thing is for you to understand the whole thing in general, and then that is more access in it of itself, because you understand the whole totality of it and stuff like that. So you won't be kind of playing into no narrative or nothing like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You'll be somewhere getting benefits from both sides and things, and creating some type of equilibrium. And that's when you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You could be in your space and shit. But yeah, man, motherfucker, y'all already know. So, that's the energies we got going on. And that's the message. You know what I'm saying? More access always wins. You better believe it. Don't ever forget that. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever don't stop and just praise that space. Keep going. You got more to do. You got more to individualize. You know what I'm saying? You got more to bring out and stuff like that. And that shit, you praising the access you have, that's some human shit. That shit, I mean, you can always celebrate and stuff like that too, but it's really supposed to be, in you, not on you. You feel me? It ain't really like, it's supposed to be in you. And that's how you blend that together.
I want to eat a snack.
Hold on, give me a second. Yeah. That keep doing your thing, man. Appreciate these lives. Yeah, shout out to Cinder and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We real stable like Cinder Block. You feel me? Getting real things, real sitchy. You know what I'm saying? Real fruitful, you know, right now. Um, and that's what we got going on, you know. But yeah, motherfucker. So more access always wins and stuff, and that's kind of the little spell that they trying to put everybody in and stuff. So y'all motherfuckers stay spiritually protected and things. We got more things to accomplish out here. For ourselves. And looking through these cycles and shit like that. So shout out to all the cyclers out there. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the psyche and the cycles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all join my motherfucking Telegram group and shit like that. We got some new shit coming in Leo season. We got all this new music finna pop out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like one of the biggest things. I'm the hottest thing on the planet right now, on the earth, in the city. You know what I'm saying? You know, motherfucking with the music and shit like that. Y'all know how I'm coming, man. Y'all know how I'm coming, gang. You feel me? More access always wins. So that's the thing. It's just it's a little thing, a little play on y'all mind right now. You know what I'm saying? More access always wins. Creativity versus access, nigga. That's what it is. So y'all motherfuckers make sure y'all in good spirits and shit. Anybody got any questions, any astrology questions, or anybody want to answer some questions, say what's up and shit like that. I'm looking at the chat and stuff like that for a little minute, and then we about to head out. So the moon is now in its waxing phase too. We about to have this full moon in Aquarius. I think because we should have a full moon, and we should have Leo season coming up around the 21st. So we got like 10 more days of Cancer season and shit like that. So usually you was supposed to be doing Cancer season. You was supposed to be creating comfortability or uncomfortability around, how you see something, what I'm saying, what you've been seeing in your life. So, utilizing the energy of cardinal water, aka, creating a new emotion or dealing with the emotions around, how you feel about something. Because, the feelings are important and shit like that. Sometimes you just be going. You might not consider the feelings and how you actually feel about something, especially if you are fire. Let me see, especially if you're an air or earth sign. You know what I'm saying? Or got a lot of air or earth placements, you might not consider feelings as much. Right now, it's going to make you consider more feelings and emotions, in Cancer season and stuff like that. And really is going to bring through, your family circumstances, your private natures, your home, your domestic issues, what I'm saying, the people, places, things in that, or, what I'm saying, even with things in the matter of the heart right now, what I'm saying, it's going to force you to create, comfortability, where you got things coming in, where you gotta, okay, I gotta create comfortability, and that you may have to do that doing uncomfortable things, what I'm saying, or things that you might, may not seem like they may have purpose to them. Not necessarily purpose, but, they may not seem to have logic to them, what I'm saying, maybe more feeling based, it may be more emotion based, you know. But you gotta go through that emotion and shit like that to see how you feel. And that way, and now you know how to feel. You like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that feeling. I don't want that emotion. And now you doing, created a new emotion around how you see something. AKA Sun and Cancer. Cardinal, creating and initiating water, emotion, Sun and Cancer. How you see something. You know what I'm saying? In that area. The home, family, domestic. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all motherfuckers, you get what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Getting the whole world in shape and form. When I blow this whistle, motherfucker, the heavens hear it and shit. That's how I be. I'm like, what just happened? So I don't be lost in human games. That's why humans can't put me in they spells. They be trying though, but I always, you know what I'm saying, be like, no man, I didn't experience this. I'm saying Zeus, thunderbolt, lightning, you know, you know, because it take spiritual comprehension to understand how to even know we all kind of going through this concept and how to even break it down to where it don't matter what side you was on, you was able to understand what the fuck I was talking about and how that's being played upon you and how you need to know how to move within, you know, these times, you know, right now where they're just trying to promote do a hypergamy ritual, flex they nuts on how more access means more, they're winning and stuff like that. And this is their celebration ritual that they play out. You know what I'm saying? AKA when the sun go above the horizon, so it come out. You know what I'm saying? It come out. You know, right here, Aries season. You know, boom, boom, motivation, boom, boom, boom. Leo. You know what I'm saying? Now you can see all the fruits and stuff that manifested. You know what I'm saying? At the top, you can see yo man, yo thought. You can see your son. You know what I'm saying? You can see that more. You know, you that internal, external. You can see that more being played out because the sun above the horizon is like above the horizon. You know, and we start to feel the cancer and stuff right here. It's in Cancer right here, so it's starting to feel. It ain't hit Leo. Shit ain't hit the fan. Yeah, it's gonna hit the fan. It's gonna hit the fan though. It's gonna hit the fan though, man. But yeah, you want to be in a good space when these motherfucking transit, and shit like that. You feel me? Cause motherfucker be I be I be aha. Don't you ever come back here. You feel me? But yeah, man. So Leo season is up next. So you know you want to make sure your private natures is good. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get that between the 28th and 3rd degree, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna start to be seen for your private natures and whatever. And then by that time the sun gonna be in Leo, so it may be too late for you to go back in unless the moon go there again. But the moon ain't probably gonna go there again to the new moon. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, once it go to the new moon and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole new, you're gonna probably get some salvation there because you're gonna have to feel a whole new way about the shit. But you know what I'm saying? You wanna be early on the shit so you don't have to spend your motherfucking, you know, phases and no negative energies. You feel me? But yeah, so just getting all of that right. You know what I'm saying? Because when you getting that private nature right, getting your home right, getting more comfortable in the way that you deal with things right now. And really right now, we got the sun in there. That's with your expressions and how you sing and what you're acting upon. Sun in Cancer. And then Venus, you know what I'm saying, which may be your relationships. You know, you want to, you know, feel more connected to your relationships and what you're indulging in and what you're receiving reciprocation from. You know what I'm saying? So if you may not be receiving the right reciprocation right now through relationships, this is a time for you to create uncomfortability around that. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form. You know, and so like I said, you know, it's a motherfucking Mercury day, so there's a lot of us gonna want to be communicating, chatty today. A lot of information going on, a lot of thoughts going on, a lot of trying to, you know, get fixated on how we see and feel, you know, about our character and our expressions and going, communicating with that. Leo season is coming up, so you know, everybody need to be booking right now. You know what I'm saying? Next week I have next week free. Everybody need to be booking right now, $30 and shit like that for that consultation and stuff. We gonna have that one-on-one chop with your chart, get you right. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you don't got that much, we'll see what you can do. I'm taking all bets, taking on offers. You feel me? But you know, yeah. So motherfuckers, get lit. That's what I'm trying to teach the community that I be in. Get y'all ass lit, man. It's lit, man. It's a lit time, man. We know we can know a lot. We can know a lot for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers just don't want to do nothing with the information and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you're trying to find ways to craft it. I told y'all I was gonna have to craft it this way. People didn't like that I was crafting the world in the way of the Aquarius energy at first, but it's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? I just had to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand networking and understand how to motherfucking be um, be in the world but not of it type shit. So we don't get lost in things, you know what I'm saying? And so once we start learning the language of, you know, intelligence on that level, we'll start bringing a more comfortable network down here where, you know, look, it may not happen, you know, for the next couple of years, but these are the very starting points of this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm only doing my part as Kills Cito, Jesus, you know, and making sure that network and we can network like this and stuff like that. Because once we change how people talk and shit like that, and shit, it's zip. It's already zip like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's already started. It's already started. You know what I'm saying? And I think started. Shout out to Pilot Man. You feel me? Shout out to Peace Stealer. Shout out to, you know, people that was early on to this shit. But like, once it's already there, but now it's just basically infiltrating, well, creating the language. And you know what I'm saying, that is the astrology language. So the way I talk about astrology, that's what it is, Cito. You know what I'm saying? This is the language of Cito. You feel me? So it's getting right where now everybody can start understanding it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's starting to get that feeling and that network and shit, and that being able to transform. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just one spirit. It'd be hard to do it by myself, but I be putting in the work and networking and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I got some good spirits around me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We on some good terms, and you know, things are coming together slowly but surely and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, you got that. You know, gotta have that language and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the mind for the language. You know, because when I say red, when y'all say red, and my mind hear that, my mind goes to a whole different thing than the average individual mind may go to. You know, but I can't say that to y'all. I gotta actually act it out a little bit so it can be received in that way. Like, I can't like just come out and be like, hey, this is my mind and this is what y'all need to understand. Y'all gonna look at me like a narc. So I gotta kind of play dumb a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta kind of, you know, shift gears. Stargirl sent me this this fucking reel of Zeus and shit, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, so you know, motherfuckers, we gotta get in shape or form and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So more we aware, mentally comprehend it, you know, the more easy it's gonna be, you know, for, you know, things to be of something in the world and shit like that. You ain't gonna have no meaning and reasoning in the world without Zeus. You don't have no experience and no knowledge of experiences with houses. You feel me? You ain't gonna have no comprehension of how to actually be in real time and experience it with houses. You ain't gonna know Monday, Tuesday. You feel me? Mercury Day. Today is Mercury Day and Leo. So this is really expensive shit. Like this is really like, and I don't even like putting a price on it, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, let me not get in that more access spell shit. You feel me? This is how we gotta rock out for the rest of the days. Yeah, I need some more dope ski. Probably gotta hit the mans and shit. You feel me? Probably got the moon going at Libra right now. Moon in Virgo, getting stable, getting ready, getting practical, getting comfortable with, getting comfortable with finding security and shit right now. I'll lock up your motherfucking access. And once again, bitch, I am the world. Well, I ain't the world, but you get what I'm saying. Like, get your ass again.